Tigers, how we doing today? Hold on. Got the water with the sea moss here. Trying to stay hydrated during this time. As the water, as the water, as the weather changes and it starts to get warmer, it's imperative and vital that we continue to drink water, filtered or alkaline water, to make sure that our bodies stay hydrated during this process, especially with a pandemic going on. Uh, what I want to talk to you today is going to be brief. It's going to be, I don't want to say quick and short, but it just came to my attention. And this is a message for all the men who listen to this channel. So tigers, please, please fasten up your seatbelts. You know, please fasten your seatbelts and and get ready for this ride. You know, if anybody listens or watches the Joe Button podcast, and they're an avid fan or on Twitter, then they have seen what's happening with women abuse. They have seen the things that has transpired during this time. Now, before I open that portal, I want to talk about, and I mentioned it in other videos in the behind the scenes series, is that if you know of somebody that is going through domestic violence, whether it's a woman, whether it's a child, and you know of them, and you're able to provide some kind of assistance or feedback, and I say this very cautiously and gracefully because you want to be careful and very cautious of your approach during these times. All right, you want to make sure that you protect yourself and your energy out of harm's way, but still have enough energy to help in this situation. So, what I advise you to do is, if you know of somebody who's dealing with some kind of, you know, um, domestic violence, or a child that's going through any abuse, is to say something. Each one teach one. We had a saying growing up, you know, which is an African proverb, is that it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child, and we have to step up. It is up to us to step up and carry the torch in order to make humanity better. In the words of MJ, heal the world, make it a better place. And this is what we have to do, especially during these hard, tragic, and sad times. I want to do a moment of silence for all the women who have went through some kind of domestic abuse, a woman who has been sexually assaulted, a woman who's been raped. I want to do a moment of silence for them right now. I think as men, we have to step it up a little bit. And once again, there's a lot of challenges out there. And I want to challenge all men who consider themselves real, who consider themselves an alpha male, who considers themselves a leader, to step up right now. So we're going to do a moment of silence right now. Just Dear God, higher power, Mother Nature and the universe, I ask that you bless these women who've been affected all across the world from sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, who deal with this trauma, who deal with this emotional abuse, who deal with this pain in their life, God. I know they have questions. I know they're mad. I know they're frustrated. But just be with them during their time, God. Allow them to heal, God. Anybody who is dealing with a situation right now, I just want to help them, God. Send your spirit to help them and rescue them from their situation right now so they can start the healing process. Heavenly Father, continue to bless them, continue to guide them, continue to place your angels around them. We love you and we thank you. When the prayers go up, the blessings come down. Thank you. I know that there are men that out there who do get abused. I know that there are men who do get assaulted. And this is not discrediting any man out there who has been dealing with that. My sympathy and my condolences go out to you, and I show empathy for you. Since the problem primarily affects women more, and during this time, it is happening to women more, I want to focus this point on the women. We need a woman in this world. Is more women than men, and we need to show some respect to the women out there in this world. We need to step up and be the vocal point so they can feel safe, so they can feel secure in this world. You know, there is no reason why a man who has status, who definitely has the ability to, and well, let me backtrack because I don't want to say that because I don't know that man's situation, but I was about to say have the ability to talk to a woman. I do not know because I'm not in his shoes. I don't know his upbringing. I don't know his childhood, but those who know of the situation, you know, you know, Duce Palooza, one of the guys who is in charge of it, was accused of sexual assault, and a lot of women, you know, were saying that yes, they were sexual assaulted and abused by this man. And it was mentioned on a Joe Budden podcast because at the time that was Rory's best friend and right hand man. Then he didn't know. He didn't know what was going on. So there are two things that go on here. Like one is, do you truly know your friends? Do you really know who they are? And two, sexually assaulting a woman is never okay. I repeat, sexually assaulting a woman is never okay. Never, 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 ever, ever. It is our right It is our right, our given birthright to protect the woman at all costs. All right? It is our birthright to protect the woman at all costs. For the mere fact that we were conceived by a woman. All right? I wanna first and foremost state that. So we need to show some respect to a woman. You know, I get it. Men have needs. All right? We walk around with our pride and ego. We walk around with our head held high. We want to feel accomplished. We want to feel uh, like the man in a sense. But that doesn't give you a right to abuse women, you know? And I think at every man's point in their life, they want to be the ladies' man. You know, I think society has given us that stigma in a sense. We hear it in music, we hear it in TV shows, we hear it in movies, you know, that, you know, the guy with, you know, with the most girls, you know, is considered to be like the king in a sense, you know, and that's far from the reality. That's far from the reality. Yes, you know, it's okay to enjoy the company of women. For for a man, that's natural, you know. However, how you go about it is differently. You know, how you should go about it should be different. You know, you should be able to provide a safe haven so women can feel comfortable in your presence at all times. You know, and I get it. Every woman is different. You know, some women might not, you know, be, you know, some women might not take a liking in you. You know, some women might not like your energy. You know, it's going to happen. There are more women than men on this earth. You know, in New York alone, there's probably like 8 to 10 million people here. You know, let alone. So there are gonna be situations where you get played, you get rejected, you get shut down. You know, and that is okay. Just move on. There are tons of times, tons of moments where I have been rejected, where I have been shut down. When I approached a woman, you know, and hi, how you doing? You know, my name is yada yada. What's your name? Just try to talk my little, you know, quote unquote game. You know, at the time growing up, we call it game. You know, and girl said, not interested. I, I got a boyfriend. You know, whether they were lying or not, that may align to show that they weren't interested. You know, and I know some guys, you know, and I've been there too, you know, to say, oh, do you really have a boyfriend? You know, and try to, you know, throw some joke in there, you know, to try to, you know, uh, try to try to form a connection with, within a few seconds, you know. But when she says no, you just gotta leave that alone. You gotta leave that alone and know that when one person says no, the next person might say yes. You know, and sometimes you might have to go through 100 no's to get that one yes that you deserve. You know, and we as men just need to drop our masks and be real with ourselves. You know, we need to take the time to be real with ourselves, right? There, there, there is no reason why you have to make a woman feel uncomfortable. You know, there is no reason why, if you're at a club and you're drinking, you should drug a woman. There's no reason why, when you're at a club and it's crowded and you're trying to get through a bunch of girls, you you all up on the girl. Your pelvis is on her backside. No reason. No reason. There's no reason why, when you at work and you hugging a girl, your fucking hand is like on her backside and on her waist. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny that when you show a girl no attraction, like when you show a girl that you're not interested in her, that's when she becomes interested in you. Is rule number one. Women want what they can't have. When you show a woman that you're not interested in her, then she gonna be more attracted to you. When you going after your purpose, going after things that make you happy, and focus on your light, focus on your aura, focus on your spirit, focus on your soul, you are going to see how girls just come to you. It's it's like a magnet. You're not gonna even have to try. It's just everything's just gonna flow. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have more than you can handle. You're gonna have more than you know what to do with it. You're gonna have that choice to see what you want to do with that. And that leads me to my second point. Be real with these women. Be real. Don't leave these women on, man, because you wouldn't want to get left. You wouldn't want to get let on too, man. If all you want is a sexual experience from a woman, if that's all you want, let the woman know first and foremost. If you're just looking for intimacy, let the woman know. If you're looking to casually date, let the woman know. If you're looking for a wife, let it be known. We 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 playing too many games, and there's too many people out there in the world. There's no need to. You telling me that out of the millions of people here, right? Say say you live in a tri-state, right? Right? Say you live in a tri-state, right? There's a million people, millions of people. You telling me that you cannot find somebody who is to your liking, or you can't find somebody who's on your wavelength? You telling me there's no women out here who just want to enjoy a sexual experience for a night or two and just keep it moving? There's plenty of women who want to do that. There's clearly a lot of women who have been through some hardships in their life and they just want to have fun right now. And you need to treat it like that. You know? You need to treat it like that when it comes your way. But don't be forceful. Don't egg situations on. Have a sincere heart when you talking to your friends, and you talking to your friends that happen to be females. You know, I've been through situations with my energy, and just me showing love where, some girls thought that, I like them, you know, and that kind of made our relationship kind of weird. And I had to be like, yo, like, I don't like you, like the same energy that I'm showing you, I show to everybody, you know. And there's been situations where the energy was there, and I happen to like the female, and she told me that she didn't like me, and I had to just respect that, you know. Was I heartbroken at the time? Yes. Was I trying to build something? Yes. You know. However, if I get curved, I gotta respect that, and I gotta know that if she don't want me, then she missing out on a blessing. She's missing out. And you have to believe that. You have to love yourself so much to know that if somebody, and it's not even talking about females, if somebody's not interested in you, whether it's a person, whether it's a family member, whether it's a job, whether it's, you know, an event that you're going out to, whatever the thing is, if they're not interested in you, then just leave it alone. Then it's not meant for you. Then just keep it moving. Just keep it moving, you know? And this is why a lot of times, you know, we as men, sometimes we get upset when, you know, a woman doesn't tell us, and wants us to, pick up on signs subconsciously, you know? At times there's situations where we we want to talk to a woman, we want to talk to a significant other, and we get the number and we go on a date and everything seems good. And then, next thing you know, she don't hit us up, you know? And we get mad, we get upset, we get stressed, you know? And how do I know? Cuz I've been there. I've been there, man. I've been there. But you have to put yourself at a place where you have to put yourself in a high position where you can see your worth. You have to put yourself at a place where you can see how much, higher power, the universe, and God has blessed you with. You have to see how much you are a catch. You have to see how much, you have value. You have to see how much you can bring to the table. And once you see that, everything else is going to work in your favor. You know, you're not going to be worried about if she didn't text you back. You're not going to be worried about, you know, if the job didn't call you back. You're not going to be worried about, you know, if the event, you know, got canceled. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to know that it wasn't meant for me. It wasn't a part of my journey to experience this. God is trying to, you know, protect me and save me from this, point of my life. Let me ask you a question. You ever try to talk to a girl, whether it's on the street, whether it's at work, whether it was, church, wherever, right? She declined you, right? And then later on, you saw something and you was just like, thank God I dodged this bullet. Thank God. Have that ever happened to you? Have that ever happened to you? That's showing that God is protecting you. All right? That's showing that God is with you. So, dudes who are listening to this, man, leave it alone. There are more fish in the sea. We have to respect our women. We have to respect them and just provide a safe haven for them. Also, as talked about in the Joe Button podcast, which I want to reference here, is that if you know somebody, if you know of a man who has been through that situation, right? And you know that he's doing it, and like you're patting him on the back and you're egging him on, you're just as worse as him. If you're not putting your friend in check, you're, you- you're worse as him. You know, there should be no reason why, and I think Maul said this, you're going out and you're seeing how many women that could bag that night, because you just set the expectation. And once you get let down, it's like that just spoils the whole fun out of things, you know? it's okay to joke around with your men. You know, as men, we have that ego. You know, like, oh, I could, but don't make it a habit. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay, but don't act on those. You know, just don't act. God gives us free will for a reason. He gives us the ability to make choices for a reason. You know, fellas, fellas. This is about to be a half an hour in, and these behind the scenes are really supposed to be short, but during this quarantine and chill, I feel the the need to take it where the spirit leads me to take it, and I just want to advise you guys, that you do not want to be in a situation, you know, because it's gonna affect your business, it's gonna affect your family if you have family, it's going to affect, you know, potentially anything that you want to do in life, you know. Once one woman comes forward, it's a wrap. If other women see the trend and they start speaking up, because women will stick, women stick together, man. Especially when they start finding out they have similarities and they have a lot of things in common, bro. Listen, they gonna team up, man. They they gonna team up, man. You know, just as much as you 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 love women and you wanna, you know, you know, enjoy that experience with women. You also need to respect that woman. You also need to lead by example. You also need to think you wouldn't want that happening to your mother, your aunt, your sister, you know, your daughter. You wouldn't want that to happen to them. So, really, really think about that and really take that with a grain of salt. And if any man has been sexually abused, during their childhood, I, I pray that you are seeking counseling. I pray that you are talking to a therapist, somebody who can help you along your path. Just because you have become, you were, excuse me, sexual abused, doesn't give you that right to abuse somebody else. No, it is not right. No, it is not okay. And will pray for you to break those habits, to break the cycle, and pick up new, healthy, positive cycles for your life and your journey on this earth. To all the women who have once again been sexually assaulted during that time, my prayers are with you. To all the women who have been sexually abused during this quarantine time and is dealing with a hardship right now, my prayers are with you. If anybody, woman, is dealing with any kind of emotional abuse that has built trauma with them all through these years, my hearts go out to you. You know, this is something that needs to be addressed. This is something that needs to be talked about. We need to hear more of this. Women's Month is in March. However, we need to march on with this for the other months, and years to come. You know, um, yeah. I just felt it in my spirit. It's certain things that we hear, that kind of just provoke, you know, different emotions within our body, and this is something that we have seen time in and time out. This is nothing new, but this is something that is impacting our life, and this is something that is not healthy for pushing a generation forward. This is nothing healthy for helping us during this time. This is nothing healthy for preventing generation curses. So this needs to be addressed as much as possible, um, in a healthy light, in a healthy manner, um, for a positive outcome. You know. So I just want to thank everybody for taking out the time in their day to view this video. And this video was definitely dedicated to all the women who have sadly and tragically been affected to any kind of abuse, domestic abuse, sexual assault and abuse, emotional abuse, and let me even dare say spiritual abuse. Spiritual abuse, because, you know, when you have sex with somebody and you hardly know them, you don't know their energy, you don't know their spirit, and it's a plug and outlet kind of thing. You want to be aware of the energy that you are putting into your body for a recharge. So I want to pray for any woman who has been dealing with spiritual assault, spiritual abuse as well. You know, it takes a true connection, it takes true power and true knowing and true knowledge of knowing yourself to know when sexual abuse, I mean, spiritual abuse, excuse me, spiritual abuse is being taken place. You know, um, I pray that this has inspired somebody who thought in our robbery to watch this video, and I'm just trying to share a message that needs to be shared. JustYearn here, yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. I love all you guys out there. Stay safe. One love.